Myself, Dr. Roma Ghari, Associate Professor from Kite School of Pharmacy, Kite Group of Institutions, Ghaziabad, would like to tell you about on AEFI, Adverse Event Following Immunization and Types of AEFI. Now, this is a part of the subject Pharmacovigilance BP 805ET. So, let us understand in detail what is AEFI and what are types of AEFI. Now, AEFI in a very easiest term, it is called Adverse Event Following Immunization. Immunization means when the vaccination is given. So, WHO has defined it as a medical incident that takes place after immunization, and that incident has caused some concern, some problem, some harmful effect, and it is believed to be caused by immunization. So, WHO has said that it is a medical incident that is taking place after an immunization. It can cause concern and it is believed to be caused by immunization. So, it is only believed. Okay. So, AEFI surveillance, which is nothing but vaccine pharmacovigilance, monitors immunization safety, detects and responds to the adverse events following immunization. We have already gone through that lecture in the last video. Now, operational guidelines of AEFI mainly relate to the vaccines included in the National Immunization Program, and the issues of vaccine manufacturing, safety, quality control, they are handled by CDSCO, that is the Central Drug Standard Control Organization, which is headed by DCGI. So, all issues are actually looked after by, the final approval is given by DCGI. Now, coming to types of AEFI. First, we have local reactions. Local reactions can be pain, redness, swelling and injection site. जब भी वैक्सीन लगा, कोविड वैक्सीन भी लगा, तो ये देखा गया किसी को पेन थोड़ा सा हुआ, हल्की सी स्वेलिंग हो गई, तो ये लोकल रिएक्शंस है, ठीक है. But they are more common with non-live vaccines containing adjuvants. Okay, local reaction. Then we have systemic reactions. Now, here I am telling you non-live vaccines. I have already told you types of vaccines in my last video. So, please consult that last video. Okay. Then we have systemic reactions. Systemic means in the system, in the body system. What could happen? Fever, rash, vomiting, diarrhea. So, more common following live vaccines, but less severe with subsequent doses. Then there is allergic reaction, that is anaphylaxis, that is very strong allergic reaction, and then there is systemic allergic reaction. Then there can be neurobiological events. Some person may get convulsion, trigger, seizure, paralysis. Other events of interest, it could be interception. Interception has already happened with one of the vaccine, I will tell you, that is rotavirus vaccine. This has happened with rotavirus. So, then that batch was taken out, withdrawn from the market. Other events could be arthritis, arthralgia, that is joint pain, syncope, that is just fall with injury. Other adverse events of interest for COVID vaccines, vaccine associated enhanced disease, multi-system inflammatory syndrome. So, this is for COVID-19 vaccine. Now, please try to understand what is interception. Interception means when the small intestine comes in some other place, it falls in the large intestine. So, that is called interception. As you can see, this part is the small intestine, it has gone, this is the large intestine and this is the large intestine, right. So, this large intestine and the small intestine has gone inside the, some part has gone to the large intestine, that is called interception. Other types of AEFI, other factors can contribute to the occurrence of AEFI, right. Immunization error related, it could be wrong vaccine, it could be wrong diluent which is used in vaccine, it could be wrong dosage given, it could be expired vaccine, it can be incorrect route, incorrect site, incorrect needle size, failure to adhere to a precaution, some precautions required and that precaution was not taken during the vaccine. Then there is immunization stress related response, that is vasovagal reaction, which we simply call fainting, or hyperventilation, किसी का respiratory rate बढ़ जाता है anxiety से, right. So, these are the other types of AEFIs. Examples of adverse events which has happened after immunization, BCG vaccine had caused osteitis, that is bone pain. Oral polio vaccine has caused paralytic poliomyelitis also. One of the AEFI measles vaccines called febrile measles, thrombocytopenic purpura, that is a particular skin problem, when the right. Then there is anaphylaxis. Yellow fever vaccine has caused hypersensitivity reactions, hepatitis B vaccine anaphylaxis, tetanus toxoid anaphylaxis. So, we have to always monitor the vaccines. How do vaccines cause adverse events? See, we have different types. So, let us see one by one. Vaccine product related reaction, it can be due to the inherent property of the vaccine formulation. We will go in detail. Vaccine quality defect related reaction, that means the quality is bad, deficient quality of vaccine, deficient quality of dilute, deficient quality of the equipment from which the vaccine is given from the manufacturer side. Immunization error related reaction, inappropriate handling, administration of the vaccine, which can be prevented. Immunization anxiety related reaction, which occurs from anxiety, जो हम बोलते हैं घबराहट की वजह से हो जाती है. Coincidental event is caused by something other than the vaccine product, either immunization error or immunization anxiety. तो कुछ भी हो सकता है coincidental event. Maybe वैक्सीन लेते ही किसी को मलेरिया हो गया, लेकिन उसको नहीं पता था, उसको पहले से ही मॉस्किटो ने काटा हुआ था, उसको मलेरिया हो गया. तो इस तरह का coincidental event हो जाता है. Now, AEFIs, so they are grouped into 5 categories, as which I have already told you. Now, please remember one thing very important, AEFI becomes a serious event. Seriousness is based on patient, event outcome or action criteria and defines regulatory reporting obligation. अब AEFI serious कब होता है? AEFI is considered serious if it results in death, if it is life threatening, if it requires inpatient hospitalization, if it prolongs existing hospitalization, prolong मतलब लंबा देर कर देना, results in persistent or significant disability, incapacity or a congenital anomaly or birth defect. अब कई लोग serious को severe में difference कर देते हैं, same सोचते हैं, but they are different. Serious event is different, but severe is different. Severe is used to describe the intensity of a specific event. It could be mild, moderate, severe. For example, let's take fever. ठीक है, it may be of minor importance and may be of major importance. So, fever is common relatively minor medical event, but according to its severity, it can be mild fever or it can be moderate fever. So, let us see one by one. Vaccine product related reaction, it is precipitated by vaccine due to inherent properties, as I have told you. The example is extensive limb swelling following DTP vaccination. DTP vaccination जो आपका diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis का vaccine है, उससे जो vaccine product related reaction था, क्या हुआ था? Limb swelling हो गई थी. ऐसी aseptic meningitis following mump vaccine से aseptic meningitis. Vaccine product quality related, as I told you, it depends upon the type of vaccine, it depends upon the manufacturing process used, what dose are used, what adjuvants are used in vaccine, what preservatives are used, what stabilizers used, and whether when 2 vaccines are given together, interaction with the vaccine. Then vaccine quality defect related. Now, this is precipitated by a vaccine that is due to one or more quality defects of the vaccine, okay, including the administration device by which the vaccine was given. So, quality defect hota kya hai? It is defined as any deviation of the vaccine product as manufactured from its set quality specification. हर vaccine के कुछ specifications है, अगर उस specification से deviation होता है, that is a quality defect. For example, failure by the manufacturer to completely inactivate a lot of inactivated polio vaccine leads to the cases of paralytic polio. Then immunization related vaccine, as I have already told you, this is occurred by inappropriate vaccine handling, prescribing, administration, so it can be easily preventable. Inappropriate usage, when we say, it means the usage other than what is authorized, what is recommended in a given jurisdiction based on scientific evidence, based on expert recommendation. क्या changes हुए हैं, usage का में क्या changes हुए हैं. Example, transmission of infection by contaminated multi-dose vial. Immunization anxiety related reaction, that is an AEFI arising from anxiety. Term describe a range of symptoms and signs that may arise from anxiety. जैसे कि बहुत लोगों को घबराहट हो जाती है, जैसे इसको बोलते हैं vasovagal mediated reaction, hyperventilation, stress related psychiatric reactions. So, instead of anxiety, now new term is being used, that is immunization stress related response. This is now being used. ठीक है, एग्जाम्पल सिंकोप, हाइपरवेंटिलेशन. सिंकोप क्या होता है कि एकदम से पर्सन गिर जाना, एकदम से उसका बीपी फॉल हो जाता है. नेक्स्ट इज कोइंसिडेंटल इवेंट, एज आई हैव टोल्ड यू, AEFI is caused by something other than the vaccine product, other than the immunization error, other than the immunization anxiety, but where there is a temporal association exists. Temporal association मतलब जैसे fevers occurs at the time of vaccination, that is temporal association. but that fever could have been caused by the malaria and the person do not know about it, right. So, that is coincidental event. So, these events reflect the natural occurrence of health problems in the community, with common problems being frequently reported. Pathogenesis of vaccine reactions. The reactions could be direct effects. As with any pharmaceutical product, adverse events for vaccine may arise as due to toxic or other direct effect of one of the components. Let us see one by one. Suppose inactivated bacterial vaccines के अंदर अगर if we include some of the toxins like endotoxin or exotoxin, so that can result in local inflammatory reaction at the injection site or a systemic effect such as fever. Example is endotoxin mediated adverse effect that may seen with whole pertussis vaccine, that is why instead of whole pertussis we try to use acellular pertussis vaccines. Such toxin mediated effects usually occur within 24 hours of immunization and resolve within a day or two. It should get resolved. An effect of subsequent doses is difficult to predict, right, because some endotoxin effects may be due to age dependent. Okay, it may increase with age, जो elderly को ज़्यादा problematic करते हैं. On the other hand, generation of antibody response to vaccine toxins may result in a decrease in reactogenicity with subsequent doses. Subsequent doses के बाद हो सकता है कि ये reactogenicity decrease हो जाए. With live vaccines, adverse events can result from the replication of attenuated vaccine strain. तो live vaccines के साथ problem क्या है कि जैसे मैंने last time बताया था कि live vaccines के अंदर जो आप वायरस या बैक्टीरिया को आप वीक करते हैं, आप किल नहीं कर रहे हैं, आप वीक कर रहे हैं, तो adverse events can result from replication of the attenuated vaccine. For example, attenuated B-cell vaccine can produce a mild fever in about a quarter of children around 7 to 12 days after vaccination caused by the viremia that occurs when vaccine virus replicates in the body. Okay. Such effects will decrease with subsequent doses, as the induction of immunity will prevent the viral replication. On rare occasions, direct pathological effect of a live viral vaccine may be severe. बहुत कम chances होते हैं, लेकिन ऐसे आया है. Aseptic meningitis has been seen with some mumps virus vaccines. Other examples of serious reactions that are directly attributable, they are pathogenic effects of live organisms in a vaccine. क्या के effects हैं? Pathogenic effects जो live है, maybe it can produce a pathogenic effects. Acute placentasis from oral polio vaccine. The disseminated infection seen in immunocompromised individuals given BCG vaccine देने के बाद कई लोगों को basically जो लोग immunocompromised थे, immunocompromised means जिनकी immunity down थी, तो उनमें क्या हुआ कि ये basically एक problem आ गई, that is disseminated infection के. Now, what are the causes of adverse events? Vaccine contain different components to make the effect. Every component adds a potential risk of an ADR. Let's try to understand. Now, the regulatory authorities ensure that all vaccine components, singly and combination, do not compromise the vaccine safety. Vaccines are prepared with different types of antigens using different technologies like attenuation, inactivation, recombinant DNA technology. तो आजकल बहुत changes आ रहे हैं. Some vaccines include components to enhance the immune response like adjuvants, conjugated proteins. So इन सबसे भी कोई bad effects हो सकते हैं. Vaccines can include antibiotics, stabilizers, preservatives to reduce contamination during manufacturing process and to maintain their effectiveness during transport and storage. Routes of administration, intradermal, subcutaneous, intramuscular, drops given orally, nasally also can contribute to the risk of adverse reaction. तो काफ़ी सारे factors हैं जिनकी वजह से adverse events होने के chances हैं. अब आप ये देख सकते हैं oral vaccines, oral route. We have oral polio vaccine, rotavirus, they are given by oral route. Intramuscular, we have DTWB, it's basically diphtheria, tetanus, whole cellular pertussis, diphtheria, tetanus, acellular pertussis, right? So then you have the tetanus, diphtheria, tetanus toxoid. So these are given intramuscularly, hepatitis A, B, IPV, HPV, Hib vaccine, PCV, influenza. Subcutaneous vaccines, measles, yellow fever, varicella. BCG is given by intradermal. So manufacturers are recommending different routes of administration. और अगर route ही हमने गलत कर दिया So again there will be immunization error, there will be AEFI. Now frequency severity of adverse vaccine reactions depends upon अगर greater than 10% बहुत ज़्यादा common हो रही हैं areas जैसे कि they are part of immune response, reactions can settle on their own, like कई लोगों को कोविड वैक्सीन के बाद फीवर हुआ कोविशील्ड के बाद, it was very common. Malaise, you feel that you are having discomfort. So these type greater than 10%, you get the frequency very common. If it is, if it is more than 1%, but less than 10%, then we give common. We give a term. Three terms use किए गए. If it is less than more than 0.1%, less than 1%, term uses uncommon. 0.05, 1% more and less than 0.1%, term used is rare. And then less than 0.01%, that is very rare. So I am just showing you the frequency of the adverse reactions. Now pharmacovigilance of vaccine in India. India is the largest manufacturer exporter of vaccines. As you know, Serum Institute of India, Vaccine Institute of India is the biggest manufacturer, largest manufacturer. India runs one of the largest immunization programs. This is called Universal Immunization Program in the whole world. It targets 27 million newborn, 30 million pregnant women every year vaccinated. So AEFI, this particular program was initiated by the government of India in 1986. National State AEFI Committee was set up in 2008. National AEFI Secretariat was established in Health and Family Welfare Department, and the AEFI Technical Collaborating Center was established at Lady Hardinge Medical College, New Delhi. Now how do we report? So there are reports, different types of reports to guide the AEFI investigation under PVPI. Students, in the first unit I told about PVPI, Pharmacovigilance Program of India. तो कैसे करना है? Let's see. Just upon notification of serious AEFI by health workers, suppose किसी को हेल्थ वर्कर ने एक नोट मतलब जिस तरीके से बोला कि कोई वैक्सीन से कोई प्रॉब्लम आई है, राइट, द मेडिकल ऑफिसर should begin the investigation immediately. The investigation start. They should collect the relevant information about the patient. They should collect the information for vaccine. They should collect the information from immunization session and send the first information report to the district immunization officer within 24 hours of the AEFI which is being reported. And if considered serious, this district immunization officer will complete the first information report. So complete karega within 24 hours of receiving it, submit a copy to state national AEFI committee, as well as to state immunization officer, as well as to assistant commissioner of the immunization center. Next report is PIR. That's a preliminary investigation report. The DIO, what is DIO? That is, DIO is a district immunization officer, leads this. Now PIR needs to be submitted to the state immunization officer, assistant commissioner with no more than 7 days after the submission of FIR. So first information report के बाद क्या जाती है? Preliminary information investigation report. अब इसमें क्या होता है? This preliminary report contains patient details, relevant medical files, details of the immunization session, vaccine lot, batch number, and many other details which got missed out in the first information report. Next, third one is detailed investigation report. Within 3 months of the onset of the AEFI, जब start हो गया, adverse event for immunization has been reported, right? Within 3 months, the district immunization officer should compile all the relevant documents, including completing first information report, preliminary information report, district report, results of lab results, और उसके बाद क्या होता है? एक meeting बैठी जाती है committee की, of AEFI committee, that is organized to review the tests and come up with a hypothesis, कि whether the vaccine is causing the adverse event or something else. So you can see here, we have the case reporting form. This is the medical officer. This is the who has to report the first report within 24 hours. Then we have district immunization officer. Then the preliminary submitted by the district information officer, and then you have the full team which finally investigates it. So dedicated email address has been established since 2009 for receiving AEFI reports. Everyone should know this, AEFIindia@gmail.com. A person can submit the reports. So under PVPI, this program, the AEFI is classified into 5 types. One is vaccine reaction, Then we have the program error, vaccine transportation or storage error, reconstruction error, unsterile practice, incorrect administration technique. Then we have the coincidental reaction, injection reactions and unknown. Let's see one by one. Vaccine reaction. Vaccine reactions are non-serious vaccine reactions as well as serious vaccine reactions. Non-serious include common mild effects like local reaction, pain, swelling, redness, fever, as well as systemic symptoms. Sometimes vomiting happens, malaise. Malaise means discomfort of body discomfort, diarrhea, which can result as a part of natural immune response to the vaccine components. See, I told you vaccine has got so many components, so किसी से भी कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, सिस्टमिक सिम्टम्स हो सकते हैं, ठीक है, एडजुवेंट्स कॉज कर सकते हैं, स्टेबलाइजर्स कॉज कर सकते हैं, प्रिजर्वेटिव्स कैन कॉज द रिएक्शंस. So occurrence of non-serious AEFI with any change in nature, severity or frequency, every type of AEFI must be reported. While the mild fever is a common reaction, okay, mild fever is a common reaction, right? लेकिन अगर fever high हो जाए, 102 to 104 पहुंच जाए, extreme fever 105 तक पहुंच जाए, this shows that there is a reaction is serious. This shows possibility of sepsis has occurred due to vaccination, toxic shock, and this mainly occur from program error or coexisting illness. Then we have serious vaccine reaction. As I told you, rotavirus has caused interception. जहाँ मैंने बताई थी, small intestine, some part can go into the large intestine, right? Then OPV virus vaccine, OPV vaccine associated pulses. Tetanus has caused brachial neuritis. BCG has caused disseminated BCG infection. Hepatitis B has caused anaphylaxis. Measles have caused encephalopathy, and this particular HHE is nothing but some hemolytic problem, right? Serious vaccine reactions are rare but may or may not have long-term sequelae. That means serious reactions are what? Anaphylaxis. Okay. Now, these anaphylaxis, it should be treated, it should be considered as life-threatening. So, any increase in expected frequency of rare serious reactions may indicate that there is a problem with a specific batch of vaccine, or there may be a program error. So, let us try to understand the program error. What is program error? Though this program error means कोई भी immunization program के time पे error हो गया. For example, inappropriate transport है. Transport में it should be transported at a particular properly transported maybe by plane, और उसका transport गलत तरीके से हो रहा है. Storage गलत तरीके से हो रही है. Handling गलत तरीके से हो रही है. Preparation गलत तरीके से हो रहा है. Administration भी गलत तरीके से हो रही है. Program errors occur as a result. They must be immediately reported and investigated. And please remember, serious adverse reactions have happened because of this program error. They must be immediately reported, investigated to ensure rapid response, corrective measures instituted quickly to prevent the additional cases. It can occur when a vaccinator, the person is giving vaccination, does not follow the standard immunization practices or policies. Then third one come coincidental events. See students, this is the same coincidental event which was advised, which was recommended by WHO, लेकिन PVPI ने थोड़ा सा change कर दिया. They are clearly unrelated to the vaccination, but still require investigation to confirm and classify the event. For example, pneumonia has occurred after oral polio vaccine. That means it requires investigation. In general, the same similar event have affected in the same age group around same time. And then we check कि कितने लोग हैं जिन्हें वैक्सीन नहीं मिली थी. तब हम चेक करते हैं कि क्या ये कोइंसिडेंटल इवेंट में काउंट किया जाएगा या बेसिकली ड्यू टू वैक्सीन होगा. ठीक है. There should be some clinical or lab evidence showing that the event is not related to the immunization. Injection reaction. Now, some vaccinated children may develop reactions like fainting, lightheadedness, dizziness. एकदम से उनको थोड़ी सी वो they feel dizziness, they feel tingling around mouth and hands, breath holding, right? And may lead to sometimes unconsciousness, right? Dizziness का मतलब कि थोड़ा सा सुस्ती जिसे कहते हैं, right? So, in anticipation as a result of injection of any kind. So, that is called injection reaction. This reaction is not related to the content of the vaccine. And last we come to the unknown reactions. The cause of the event cannot be determined. All efforts must be made to rule out above mentioned causes before reaching the conclusion. That means cause हमें पता नहीं चल रहा. We are trying to find out कि क्या causes हैं. before reaching the conclusion. Such type of adverse event following immunization comes under unknown category. So, students, these are the references of my particular topic from where I have taken the part, AEFI part. So, if any confusion, if any problem, then please you can go through these books, the references. So, thank you all. I hope you have understood what is AEFI, adverse event following immunization. Different types of AEFIs are there, local reaction is there, product related reaction are there, systemic reactions are there. So, there are so many different types according to as per WHO, as per PVPI. Please go through them. So, I hope this video should have benefited all of you. Thank you.